We're coming to you from Dutywa, the rural town here under the Mhaule district municipality, where various senior government officials, including Energy Minister Reginah Mhaule, including Noxolo Kivit, who is from this area of the Eastern Cape. Well, a state-of-the-art school has been opened here, and the education department says that this is one of more of schools that are earmarked to be opened, and this school is a state-of-the-art and it will accommodate at least 1,600 learners here in this area of Dutywa. Let's bring in the Deputy Minister of Basic Education, Dr. Reginah Mhaule. Ma'am, thanks a lot for your time, and welcome to the Eastern Cape. With this opening of this school, how far do you still have to go in order to address the issue of infrastructure?
I can't say how far, because the issue of infrastructure is a moving target. But first of all, I want to thank the Sibanye Stillwater for coming in to really bring the issue of public-private public partnership into fruition, because education alone and government alone cannot be in a position to address the backlog. The backlog is so huge, and it depends on the mobility of people, how people move. Because in some other instances, we build schools where there are people, and people move to where there are economic activities, and they leave those schools as white elephants. Remember, as the Department of Basic Education, we build so many schools under a CD project into this province. But because people are moving to areas where there are no economic activities, to where there's congestion, it creates another backlog now in the towns and the townships where people want to be. So we are working together with the province of Eastern Cape to make sure that we address all the backlog, because you'll remember that the program of ASIDI will move from basic education, and that money will be distributed to provinces so that provinces are able to address the backlog in the provinces, but under the monitoring of basic education. As I speak, next week we're going to have a infrastructure workshop with all 9 provinces to see how best can we address the issue of the backlog and overcrowding, because in some other instances there is backlog because there are no schools or mud schools, but in some other places we need just additional classrooms. So we are going to sit down with all our 9 provinces to look as to how best can we address the issue of the backlog and the overcrowding.
We're speaking during a time where load shedding is hitting its highest levels to date, and we're still going into winter. Do you foresee that the education program might be interrupted by load shedding going forward?
Load shedding has never interrupted education programs. Yes, we have schools that are offering your computer subjects. Yes, those ones are affected to a lesser extent. Provinces are prioritizing that schools to put generators. As I speak, many schools have bought generators for many, the 8 provinces, 9 provinces have bought generators for those schools that are offering computer application subjects. So it's not that much, and not all schools are offering that. So teaching and learning will take place whether there's electricity or no electricity. But I'm not saying that it doesn't affect us. It does affect us like it affects everyone who lives in South Africa, but not to say that schools are immune or are over affected, because we depend on the natural light. Our classrooms have light enough. Teachers are in a classroom. We have whiteboards. We still have chalkboards. We still are able to interact. Teaching and learning still take place.
Would you say your budget has been affected by these issues that keep creeping up, such as load shedding?
Obvious, because there's no new money that you will have to use to buy your generators. We must scratch from within, from what you have, to buy generators. So our priority are the schools that are offering computer application, the special schools, because those learners, remember, they need a special treatment. So we are also prioritizing them, that they are the schools that must get generators. They are boarding schools, number one. And number two, they use some devices which will need electricity. That's why they are a priority in terms of education.
Thanks a lot for your time, ma'am.
Thank you.
Dr. Reginah Mhaule, the Deputy Minister for Basic Education, giving us that even though load shedding keeps creeping up, they do have plans in place.